Old Redditors, what's a must-know story of Reddit new users should know? Story 1. There was that fun time we all hacked the Sears website like 12 years ago and it never comes up in these threads. Basically, Fixer discovered you could visit a Sears webpage with a URL such as sears.com outdoors/outdoor appliances/chainsaws. And edit to say, sears.com/cannibal supplies/quick-waste-o-kill-babies, and the web address change would appear that way inside the page. So we all started doing it, screenshotting it, sharing it, and giggling. Then someone noticed the programming on the website was so bad that what we were doing changed the code for everyone. So then Reddit did it a lot more and then Sears shut down their site. Story 2. The one that always stuck with me is the guy who peed on a pregnancy test as a joke, and it came out positive, so he posted the picture to /r/funny or something similar. Amongst all the tomfoolery in the comments, a med student pipes up saying that ops should go see their doctor immediately. Turns out that the hormone that pregnancy tests detect, when produced by males, is a symptom of testicular cancer. IRC, the guy ended up catching it super early because of the thread and getting it removed before it became a problem. Story 3. The guy who got drunk and did an AMA asking himself his own questions in the comments, then answering them himself. Story 4. The story of Champ the goat. Originally told by u/stoic smile about a goat who his company would rent out to eat shrubs and do landscaping. I used to work on a forestry and conservation crew. We tried to offer this service with the goat that for some reason hung out in the field next to our shop, which I guess we owned, maybe? Anyway, the goat's name was Champ, and I wouldn't be surprised if we accidentally stole Champ at one point, because Champ hated to be alone, and if you left him alone, he would find a way through or over any enclosure you left him in and wander around until he found a companion. To Champ, a companion could be a person, a dog, a chicken, a bicycle, a basketball, anything that his little goat mind imagined was a living creature. He especially liked things that seemed to have some kind of life or that made noise. Like generators and sump pumps. So when we rented Champ out to people, we warned them that he needed some kind of company, or he would escape. We often recommended something like a blow-up pool toy or even just an open umbrella. Just something nearby that Champ could imagine was his friend. Inevitably people would underestimate Champ's squirreliness, and assume that their fence/tether/stone wall was sufficient to keep him where they wanted to be, and they would leave him alone. Then we'd have to go find Champ. One time I found him in a scrapyard munching on weeds between rows of crushed cars. One time I found him curled up in the shade in a neighbor's yard with a golden retriever. But I think the best was when he made his way onto an elementary school playground. We of course had a tag on his collar with a phone number to call if he was found, since he went missing so much. And one day, we got a call from a school principal informing us that he had our goat. For those of you who don't know much about goats, they delight in climbing on things. So for Champ, there was no place more attractive than the very top of the metal play structure at this playground. The kids were absolutely smitten with him, and he was absolutely thrilled to have so many friends. And he was ecstatic to be at the top of the play structure too. It wasn't until all the kids went inside after recess that we could get him down. I think it was the best day of his life. Story 5. The guy who wanted to leave his wife, who posted to r/relationship advice, but was worried about how she'd react. Reddit told him to stop being a pussy, so he told her it was over, then she killed both their kids. For those who want greater detail, Jason Worley found out that his wife had cheated on him with their neighbor. They had been married for years and had 2 children, so initially Jason planned to stay married for the sake of their kids. However, he eventually had his doubts on this position, and sought advice on r/relationship_advice as the now deleted user u/Jason in hell. He asked if he should divorce his wife. For once in a blue moon, the subreddit's typical advice of dump that bitch was actually warranted, and many users expressed that he should proceed with a divorce for his sake and his children's. Jason took this advice to heart, and shortly after the post was made, he requested a divorce from his wife. Days after this divorce request, Jason's ex-to-be Brandy Worley did the unthinkable. She procured a combat knife from Walmart, which she would end up using to murder their 2 children. On the night of the murders, Brandy asked Jason to not sleep in their bedroom and instead sleep on a couch. Jason declined the couch and instead opted to sleep in the house's basement. Once Jason was asleep, Brandy took the knife and murdered their 2 children. Once they were dead, she attempted to kill herself, but was unsuccessful and remains alive to this day. Upon questioning, she revealed that her motive for killing the children was so that Jason couldn't take them away from her. During her trial she was sentenced to serve 120 years in prison, 65 for the murder of her 3-year-old daughter and 55 for the murder of her 7-year-old son. Story 6. The lady that owned a wedding cake store and secretly only used boxed cake mix from the grocery in all her cakes. IRC. She said she hated making cakes, but loved decorating them and everyone seemed to like the cakes anyway. She still updates the post last I checked. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more, YouTube thinks you might like these videos.